Hold on.
Emma!
Richelle, you're muted. You muted. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what's going on. I hear myself, but I don't hear you.
Oh no, you're
Yeah.
muted. Oh, I can hear you though.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
So it was just like nothing, and then Emma! Emma!
So I don't know. Can you guys? What about now? Can you guys hear me now on the stream?
You hear me now?
Waiting.
Yeah, now you're audible.
Yep, we can hear you.
What?
All right. So for some reason
Betrayal
it
by
had
Twitch.
a stream of numbers in place of where my microphone should be. So I don't know what Streamlabs is on today, but it's fixed.
Bruh.
Thank you guys. All right. So to recap, if you were in the Discord, you received the announcement that the Nillian's journal is finally complete, and the players have probably successfully read through about 35 to 40% of it. I actually cried when I finished it because I realized that it had come to an end. So probably be expecting more literature in game for the foreseeable future. On that note, I popped a Instagram link in the chat that is for Emma Williams, who is a very dear friend of ours. Emma! Let's try that again. She will be taking over the Studio Buddies episodes. I will still be contributing to episodes and really helping out on the production side of things, but for the most part, I want her to take it and run with it because I absolutely love where her heart and her head is at with everything. Normally she's going to studio art and animation and illustration kind of things. So super, super fun gal all the way around. I love her to death, Emma. It's going to be such a fun journey. That being said, Amberly, you are currently open for shenanigans, aren't you?
I am starting to take custom orders through my Etsy again. I do all sorts of different things. I do a little bit of resin, but I do a lot of knitting and sewing. I can do chainmail and scale mail, especially now that I have the table set up. Makeup, candles, lotion, soap, all sorts of different things. So only customers right now. I'm looking at doing a big stock. I have a pile of unfinished hats sitting next to me, actually, to put up there. So I should have more stuff in there soon, anyways.
Okay. And do you want to pop your Etsy link in the chat for everyone? So that way we can. Dun. Oh, right. There we go. And I think that about covers it for me. We will be doing a session next week, but that will be it for 2021, which is almost like a pseudo 2020. Every time I say it, I'm like, it doesn't feel right. But so the 22nd and the 29th, we will not be having a session. And so that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right. So previously on Stars of the Sovereignty, our party has continued their journey after stopping by a pleasant berry farm around the halfway point of their trip. The elderly couple held tight to their reputation of wonderful hospitality, but it came with a great downside as the party learned they are often taken advantage of. A small group of brigands also stopped to rest, not withholding the depths of their scumbaggery and triggering several members into combat. It was with much discussion, and at the behest of their travel companion Hanaya, that they take the bound and gagged remaining scumbag to the guard of Chenogawa, and that is where we resume with our band of misfits, having bid farewell to the kind farmers and resuming their journey to the riverside town of Chenogawa. To kind of set the scene a little bit, you guys, Ivania is kind of napping or dozing, resting right beside Hinaya in the cart. The brigand is bound and gagged and just kind of resigned to his fate at the rear of the Perryfers. Oh, and you guys are walking behind. It is just a very casual midday at this point. As you guys are walking down the length of the road, not a whole lot of travelers every once in a while, but they seem to mind their own business and not really interact very much with passing by.
So are we going all the way through to Shinagawa, or are we going to stop again?
Hanaya
We're like
says,
halfway point, right?
yeah, Hanaya says we're probably going to end up stopping again, and then that way we'll rest, and you guys can reach Chenogawa, just mid-morning,
Okay.
as opposed to getting
Right.
there super late at night.
I guess I'll do the same as usual. I'll just hold on to the back of the wagon and look around.
Skateboard.
Yeah.
A la Marty McFly.
Absolutely.
I love it. My sister said she didn't like Back to the Future the other day, and I was like, "Who are you, and why are we related?" Anyway, sorry. Like, I was like, "How can you not like that?" Anyway, sorry.
Oh gosh. So, I'm kind of lost actually. We've checked the perimeter a couple of times, haven't we? Yeah.
During this leg, you guys have not actively checked the perimeter.
I am
Oh,
asleep.
okay. That's you are. Can I make a perception check to make sure we're not being followed?
You may.
Incognito.
Not being shadowed. Oh wait, Soren's right there. Never mind, you are being shadowed.
You have to call him out like that. Oh no.
Trying to eat
Killed
here.
Moshi. No.
I'll look at, are you okay, Moshi? All right.
Moshi's fine, but I'm not. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm fine. It was just like right as I took a bite of food.
That's a 23.
All right, so from your perspective around the cart, you guys are not actively being followed. If anything, when people pass by, they are actually trying to get further away from you guys really fast because you just so happen to have a man strung up at the rear of the Perryfers. But other than that, nothing unusual about animal activity or anything like that. You also still have not received natters.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, I'll just
Wait,
keep an eye out.
we haven't received what?
His bird.
My bad.
His messenger bird.
Natters.
Wait. Did you say it has a name?
Yes.
Natters.
What's his name?
Natters.
Natters.
Like Natters?
Yeah.
All right.
Mix a note. There we go.
Moshi will
Why I am-
remember this.
I imagine that it's the sound that he used to make when he was a little owlet.
Aww.
Too sweet.
I guess we can relax a little bit if nobody wants to get near us. I mean, we do have a dude strung up.
I think we deserve a break after that. Yeah.
I'm gonna tune out. I've stopped being scared of the quote unquote shady people that I was told was gonna be on this road.
We did take care of that to them, so.
I gotta figure out what I'm doing with my flowers. I got a lot of flowers. But I've done the cart. People have flower crowns. The berry furs are handled. Like,
you gave me a flower crown, right?
I did.
Did you just put it on my head? Is it just
I
sitting
did.
there? All right, I'm gonna like kind of shift the parts of my head so it kind of falls down and it'll be like a necklace. I'll have it around where my neck should be.
Roll a performance check really quick.
All right. Ooh. Oh wait. It was cocked. I need to roll again.
Aw.
That's a 3.
Oh no.
So you
It started out as an 18.
So you shifted the flower crown trying to wear it like a necklace, and the moment it fell to where your neck should be, it fell to exactly that where your neck should be and just dropped to the ground in front of you.
I'll pick it up and I'll just put it in my bag in shame. I'll just be looking at my feet now as we go on.
it's okay. I can make you an extra long one, and you can wear it as a crown and a necklace.
Love it.
Solutions.
Fancy.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay. I got you. I have enough flowers for that.
Perfect. Do
Actually,
you have any that are
Isidore-
like the same color as my flames?
I would
Gotta keep
assume
the theme
so.
going, yeah. That would be great. Thank you.
Perfect. I'll work on that since, I'm either sitting on a parafor in the cart or something. I got time.
And energy, because you're still hyped up from the drink.
And since I taught Ivania can come help if they want.
Sleeping.
Oh,
Once
yes.
I'm awake.
I forgot about that already.
The large Alice, she's grown so big. And next to her, the white
Zenori's
rabbit.
gonna walk up to Aya and he'll say, "Hi, Aya. We haven't really got to speak very much, and I was just wondering. Look, it's perked my curiosity. You can stop me if I seem like I'm crying, but is there any reason for the extreme hostility towards these people, besides the obvious fact that they're cruel?"
I mean, I spend a lot of my life away from people, and I've watched people be cruel, and people who tend to be cruel is who they are. I don't see them changing who they are because of one situation where it didn't go their way. They've built a life off of being cruel and thrived on being cruel, so why would they change it? Their automatic response was to be cruel to people that they didn't know. And their response was to be cruel to an animal that's weaker than them, which is most likely how they respond to people that are weaker than them too. People who are nice and people who try come across differently and put in the effort and the change. And you could tell that these people had not.
I see your logic. It's quite sound. But we do not want to end up like them, do we?
I guess not. I don't really have an issue with cruelty with purpose. I have issue with cruelty without purpose, which is what they were doing.
I think the
Sometimes being cruel to protect others that can't protect themselves is cruelty for kindness' sake rather than cruelty for the sake of being cruel or profit. And I think there's a distinction there.
I just believe in tough love, I guess. And I'll take my. I have a flower crown too, yeah.
Yes.
I think we all do.
I'll take it off my head and I'll wrap it around my hand like a double bracelet. You know how you can double over a necklace and put it around your wrist.
Kind of like a rosary.
Yeah, like a rosary. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. I
Fashionable.
really do like this. So you should keep doing these. Keep your spirits up.
Sorry, all I can think is, he loves me. He loves me now.
Yeah.
So
Doing
do we
the-
just wanna-
Doing the flower crowns makes me happy, and I think it's an easy way with a small skill that I can share happiness with others. So
It keeps us from burying people alive too. So there's that.
apparently,
It's like
Yeah,
that
you
flower
do
crown
that.
in Don't Starve Together. It just passively boosts our sanity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wait, I meant to ask before when we made that we jerkified the meat. Did I was gonna keep a straight face, but I couldn't. What animal was that again?
One of the
that
wolf
was-
things. Yeah. What are they called?
Wolf dogs.
Garage.
Garage.
Oh yeah, the galoshes.
And the galoshes. We
Sorry.
should make some galoshes out of garages if we end up somewhere close.
Galosh.
Oh,
I'm wearing the new galoshes.
Ooh.
Super in right now. I'm sorry.
Do we just want to continue on our way? Is there anything specific somebody wants to do?
not before we get to Chenagawa, I guess.
Yeah. I think I'm the same. Unless something happens.
This is true.
No, nothing happens at this point.
Well, there you go.
Guess we'll just continue on then. Let Ivania sleep.
Why is she sleeping again?
She's not from this part of from this realm. Their days are shorter, right?
Oh,
And the other one.
would be a shame if something happened to that. Do we have any like pots and pans on this cart?
No.
Good to hear this.
Hey,
Roll
Hinaya. Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, she about to get his revenge? Wow.
Oh yes.
Okay, wait, just for the
That's
sake of like
A
knowledge,
22.
how long have we been sleeping?
So you don't see any pots and pans specifically, but you do see a couple of shields that she had gotten from Oslin, as well as various tools like hammers and pliers and stuff like
Okay,
that, sitting
okay.
right beside the shields.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a shield and I'm grabbing a hammer. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. So where is she sleeping?
Roll performance first. And she is sleeping right beside Hinaya.
Okay. Okay. Performance. Ooh, 16.
Are you going to warn Hinaya?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll warn Hanaya. Hey Hanaya. Just like plug your ears for a sec, okay?
She's like, okay.
It's just gonna get loud, all right? And I don't want to hurt your eardrums. Hey guys, it's gonna get loud.
I touch the sides of my heads. I don't think I can.
Sonori just fell
I'm gonna go right up to Hanaya or
Ivania.
Ivania. Sorry, so many names sometimes. Right up to Ivania. Wait, how did Ivania wake me up yesterday?
The snow
With
on your
water.
With the
neck.
rain.
With the rain, yeah.
Rain,
Oh,
yeah,
it was
rain.
the rain. Well, we'll just make it really loud today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't even. Oh, I wish I had props. Guess not. Okay, I go really close to Ivania. Bang, 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 bang! I've got thunder. You've got the rain.
Oh my god.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Wakey, wakey! Bang, 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 bang!
I ain't get no sleep because of y'all.
Oh my god, that is the perfect. Yes.
Remind me to find y'all a clip after this.
Yes.
Oh.
Did you guys ever watch what was it, season 3 of Bad Girls Club? I'm gonna assume no.
No.
They woke this girl up, and so the next night she was going around with pots of hands. Go, I didn't get any sleep because of y'all.
Oh,
You ain't
yeah.
get any sleep because of me.
That's everyone. I think
For
everyone's
4
seen that,
hours.
but I haven't watched the show.
Ivania, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Yep.
Ooh, dexterity
All I
save.
can think of.
Do I get a bonus from my dexterity itself?
Whatever your dexterity save bonus is. Where it says dexterity on your skills.
Okay, so yeah, that will be 18.
Okay. So you are startled awake very rudely, as per revenge being successfully enacted. But at the same time that Moshi was banging, the Perryfers got startled and
shit.
kicked the carts with the brigand in between, and the cart
yeah, I
jumped
forgot
a little
about that
bit.
Clearly
You
just talked about it.
Oh, wait, was he wearing a helmet? I could have banged the bad guy and woken Ivania up at the same time.
Why are we banging bad guys?
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
I met the head of the bad guy. Yo, man, you got some dirty minds.
Oh no.
Okay,
Roll
so
for
Moshi
laughter.
likes bad guys. All right, noted.
Oh,
But
come
you
on.
do.
Context.
So I said roll for laughter, and I rolled. That was a nat 20.
Well, that got laughter, so.
I just waited. I wasted my nat 20 for the session.
That's where we're using our nat 20s on that.
So, Ivania, you do save yourself from the cart getting jumped. Hanaya was expecting it, and so she was already prepared. But a lot of the stuff in the cart got jostled around quite a bit, and then the brigand just kind of...
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Well, I was going to say he attacked us, but he didn't.
he did.
And I was like,
Right.
I don't know what you guys are
Nice.
talking about. Last I checked, he was hurting others, and there might even be a reward out for him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was hurting others.
He looked at Zunori funny.
He did.
He deserved what he got.
Good enough for me.
You effing what, mate?
Maya at this point is like, har har, very funny. Yeah, we're even now. Okay, we're even now.
I don't think Moshi's ever even.
How long did Ivania manage to actually sleep out of the full rest cycle?
You got enough for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Wakey, wakey.
Morning.
So on to the resting place then. Just gonna keep going.
Yep.
Onward,
As far
back
as
up,
far as I'm
up
concerned,
forward.
you guys are in constant motion until you say stop the cart.
Yeah, I'm not getting off the front of the car. I'm still tired. I'm just going.
Then I guess we'll just move on.
Okay.
Wait, did I have like a bean juice or like the beanberry
Sorry.
juice?
You have a whole pitcher of hot berry bean juice, except now it's not hot. It's just regular
Lukewarm.
temperature.
Lukewarm.
Can I attempt to get a small cup of it?
You can
You know
attempt.
what? Hold
I'm
on.
just kidding.
'Cause the cart. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, she's trying to see if it broke. Did you ruin my Zoom Zoom juice?
Oh no.
Gonna have to break up another fight.
Because that'll be payback for the sweet buns that I don't want to hear shit about it anymore.
Tish getting even with everyone in one fell swoop.
I look over at Zenori. How is it? Like I understand like you are probably the most level-headed, right? But how am I second?
And blame it on your past life, sir.
Earth
I don't
tends
know.
to self-level itself.
I still
Just
don't
saying.
know. Past life. All I can remember is the last 2 months.
Maybe just the patient soul then.
Okay, the pitcher of berry juice is on its side, but its lid is still on. So, Ivania, roll for survival.
Oh God.
This is of the utmost importance.
Survival.
Lunges.
Do I have anything else? Ooh, I do.
Uh-huh.
Nice. 21.
Very good.
Okay, you save the pitcher and you manage to get yourself a cup of the Zoom Zoom juice.
Oh, that
And
hits the
Tanaya
spot.
actually looks over at you and she's like, "Oh, do you want me to heat that up for you real quick?"
Yes, actually, I would appreciate that very much.
Wait, what?
So
How does she heat it
Hanaya holds her hand over the cup, but a little bit ways off to the side, and the hot bean berry juice kind of pulls out of it as one giant bubble, and it starts to spin around really fast and starts to bubble and steam, and then drops right back in the cup.
So what you're saying is, we have a portable microwave.
Oh my god. Way to reduce people. Vanya, should have let you sleep. God.
Objectification. My
Yeah,
God.
wow.
Literally.
Ivania
This
is very
a-
thankful, but out of
Yep.
character.
So you all are at this point very casually aware that Jeptuniers are sometimes able to harness water abilities.
Oh, I get that now.
We have a waterbender.
Yes.
Oh, who is every other element here?
Earthbender is Soren, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a rock.
Think I'm a firebender? Maybe?
You did just
Sacred
blow some
flame
guy's
bender?
chest out of his back.
Yep.
I suppose Aya is the airbender because you're tiny and you fly.
Would have to be. There we go.
I'm
Perfect.
There we
Sokka.
go.
I'm Sokka.
Or maybe it's Moshi with Moshi being
Yeah.
so full of hot air.
Oh.
Shots fired. So how far are we out from this Chinagawa? Oh, my face.
At this point, you guys are approaching the clearing where you guys are gonna stay for the night. So, and I let you guys know it's about a half day's ride to Chinagawa. If we stop now, you guys and get a decent morning start, you guys could be in Chinagawa in the middle of the day, as opposed to reaching there in the middle of the night.
Perfect. Let's go with that.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
So once we reach, I suppose Ivania casts Wild Cunning again to really help us set up real quick.
Set up our camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and this clearing isn't as well managed as really the rest of or not the rest of the but the previous clearing with the farmers. So you see that there's this old broken down cart, you see various places where animals have trucks through, but overall the clearing itself is very large, and the road ahead has quite a few more trees than the forest you guys are currently leaving. But with that being said, it's just pretty much like when you guys stayed the first night, where Hanaya builds a fire, Vanya helps set up all the tents. You guys are ready to settle down for the night.
Should we reconnaissance the area to make sure we're safe?
Yeah.
Probably a
can
good
do
idea.
I will jump at the opportunity to check the place out. So I'll go look around.
I'll tag along
I
as
can-
well.
Oh, never mind.
Never
So
mind.
I was gonna volunteer, but you did, so
Should I
never
roll
mind.
like investigation or perception or?
Vanya, you roll perception. Soren, you roll investigation with advantage since you two are partnering up.
All right. Wait, so do we both get advantage?
Correct.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
At 20 on the first roll.
Ah!
Oh,
That would be a 27 total.
Just had to show me up.
yep. So the day star is starting to set. Evania, you get a good sense that there really is nothing of concern. What travelers have been on the road at this point are also camping down and hunkering down. So you don't anticipate anyone to be walking by. The campsite is probably about 50 meters from the road, so you guys are a distance away from the road anyway. Sorn, and all of your magic wonders, and you being the floating vibe check. To quote Joseph.
I'm like a stud finder, but a vibe finder. Just hold me up against a wall and drag it side to side.
Except it's a person.
Yeah, exactly.
I could just see like it's just this rock smashing into somebody. Like,
Hit him over the head.
all right, so you hone in on the essence of the forest, on the vibes of the forest, and the creatures that are all within your perceptible range are non-issue. That they are caring about their business. Like there's a couple little rodents underneath a bush nearby, taking care of their little rodent family. But in the distance, just barely outside of your perceptible range, at the entrance to the next part of the forest before you guys get to Chenogawa, a couple of ravens are watching you guys from a distance.
great.
They are.
Same ones.
Just
Well,
two?
Not the same ones.
You see. Oh, hold on. You know what? There is 5.
All
Five
right.
of them? Damn. All right.
Meaning
Okay.
flower crowns it is.
Let's make contact.
I'll make note of where I see them, and I'll head back to the camp. I guess I'll volunteer to be first watch.
I'll volunteer to do watch as well.
Right. Me and Aya first then.
I'll take second. I'll take second watch.
Yeah, I could do second watch with you as well then.
I'm gonna let Moshi sleep through.
I was like, am I just by myself, or am I?
I think you only need 2 watches for a night cycle, right?
Yeah, if you guys want extra sleep, you could bargain with Hanaya to pair up with Moshi.
I could, but
It's up to you, Moshi.
I think we'll be covered.
I really don't care.
If we
Moshi
wanna just get
will
up and-
probably be friendlier with a little extra sleep. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Good
we'll
point.
probably, and I mean, I think we want to.
And being woken up properly.
For Chinogawa anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just do 2 watches and then head out.
Okay.
All right.
I never noticed the ravens, did I?
You did not,
Okay.
because you are not the floating vibe check.
Something I'm better than you at.
Yep, they are outside of your eyesight, your visual perception. They are outside of your auditory perception. Soren picked them up through the aether.
All right, so other three go to sleep. It's me and Aya.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, fine.
The two elementals. Oh my god, what have you guys done?
Oh wait, I'm asleep.
You are.
Hold on.
There we go. It's just a little less confusing.
It honestly helps me too, because it keeps me in check.
I'm assuming we got a fire going since we're, camping. I love that Chris's camera froze like that. Oh, he didn't freeze.
He
He's
didn't
moving.
freeze.
No,
He's
no, no.
just
You weren't
I was-
moving for a few seconds.
Yeah, I was probably all zoned out. My bad. I'll
You're good. No. I guess I'll sit by the fire briefly. So, why were you just bored? Is that why you decided to tag along with us, Aya?
I mean, I've always kind of spent my time on the sidelines. And the druid's the closest I've ever come to having somebody.
Me too.
And it keeps making, like, the assumption keeps getting made that I am small and I'm incapable. So I often get left behind. And so even before druid, I was out of the picture of everyone and watching from the sidelines, but at least there was people to watch. And now with the druid leaving constantly, it was just me with nothing. And I don't want my life to be about me waiting on others and not trying to experience some of this for myself.
I think we're kind of in this for the same reason. I like that I feel like I'm doing something important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we were walking around, I saw something kind of interesting. Do you mind keeping an eye on the camp while I take a walk real quick?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. And I'll get up and float towards where I saw the crows or the ravens.
Okay.
Are they still there?
Yes, they are.
They're still in the same spot. All right. I'll float as close as I can. Are they like sitting like on trees or something, or?
Yeah, they're spread
tree
out
limbs.
around a couple of branches. There was one on the ground, but he went up to a branch when you approached.
I'll float up and kind of look up at them from the ground. And I don't think I'll talk, but I'll think in my head and like focus as much of that energy towards the ravens and ask, why do you feel familiar to me?
Roll. So you are trying to talk through the aether.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Religion? Yeah, Arcana.
Yeah, I was bouncing between Arcana or religion, but I'd say right now just Arcana.
Sweet. 17.
Alright, so you get the sense back. They are communicating with you in the same fashion, to where the meanings are conveyed over words, and they give you the strong sense that they feel that your guys's that you as a group, your purpose is important, and that they're a little bit protective of you, or the people that, you know, they serve are protective of you, and you get kind of a motherly sense.
All right. Out loud now, I'll ask them if they know anything about a woman that visits people in their dreams. Like reoccurring, the way that I get a sense of like a feminine presence sometimes.
So they, you hear a lot of, you know, raven chitters, all very fond chitters, as you get flashes of a handful of different feminine personalities that they have come into contact with, or that they serve. That there is definitely more than one presence in their woods, that you are referring to.
Mm-hmm.
And many of them are capable of dream walking and being perceived outside of consciousness.
All right. And I'll say to them, I don't mean to bother you, but have you seen another Naniel that looks like me, like the same materials and things like that? Because I've seen.
Oh, is that just me?
Yeah. Oh, I was at. Oh, wait, did I lag?
You
lagged.
lagged and missed the second half of that question a little bit there.
So, what was the last thing you heard?
Naniel's made of the same things you are.
As me, because I've seen other Naniels, right? I've seen the purifiers and stuff, and they don't look like me, I guess.
You personally have not seen other Naniels. You've only heard of them through stories.
But did somebody describe them to me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I would know
Zinori and
that
Ivania both described them.
I don't look like them, is what I'm getting at.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And they confirm with you. You also get a benevolent wave that says you are the first and only.
Oh no. I'll try. I guess I'll just try to convey my apprehension at that fact before I turn around and head back to the camp.
As you turn around, that same wave that did not seem to come from the ravens just conveys comfort and pride in you.
And it doesn't feel the same as what was coming from the ravens.
It does not seem to be coming from the ravens at all.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and frantically look around for where that's coming from.
All right, roll a religion check. Oh.
That is.
Oh, no.
Where's religion? It's a 10.
All right, so the unknown source, just kind of popping up in the conversation between you and the ravens, did act as a shock to your system. And so with your anxiety peaked, essentially, you cast Detect Magic, and all around you, you see the forest magic, you see the ravens, but you know, and you also see the lines of, you know, like a violet, velvet, black magic coursing through the forest, get denser as you guys get closer to Chenogawa. but no discernible, distinct source of this mysterious conversation invader.
Okay, I'll just I'll walk or I'll flip back to the camp and sit back by the fire with Aya. Thank you for that. I just needed to check something real quick.
No problem. Did you find something out? Enjoy your walk?
It was nice. I think we get a little loud sometimes, and that's just not how I am. So it's nice to step away for a second.
Fair enough. I get that.
And I guess I'll just continue watch. Keep an eye out.
Alright, do you guys want to do anything else on your watch?
I think I'm okay.
I'm good too.
Are you sure you're okay, Sarn? Are you positive?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, so you guys can wake up Zunori and Abanya and transfer shift.
Whoop.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Is it our turn already? Damn. Oh.
Yeah, I'll be there, like kind of waking everybody up.
How's the first watch, Zorn?
Uneventful. Not really much happened. I got to talk to Aya for, the first time in a while since I left the druid's hut. So.
Excellent.
And I will put my hand on Zenori's shoulder and I'll open up my satchel and I'll unwrap the journal and hand it to him, just in case you get bored. And I'll go into a tent and go rock mode.
If you are new to the series, the rock mode is literally him condensing the parts of himself and he's just this giant boulder.
I'm a pile of rocks.
Smolder boulder.
Smolder boulder, I love that.
Alright, second shift.
Alright. Suppose I could do the first round of patrol while you stay back at the camp.
No worries. I'll read the book and I'll keep it real close and perceptively I don't know how to say it secretly.
Yeah. Ivania basically
Sorry, words.
waves a goodbye and she walks off into the forest to do not too far out, but just far enough so that Tsunori is basically on his own.
Alright, do you also want to do any hunting, Ivania?
If I do get the chance, I will try and catch some small game, nothing too big.
Okay, I'm gonna say, on your extended perimeter walk, you do come across a couple of chinka birds, which you gently go hunting, at your discretion, but Tsunori, back with you and the journal. The book.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to read off where me and Sorn last read off from.
Okay. To recap of the last entry for you, Dalian left the Lethalis Citadel to follow Jognir's notes, travel notes to get to the forest where he has been tasked to investigate why people keep dying in there, and he presumes that that is possibly where his Lanessa has been taken to as well, via the Persalian Order or the Seers, judging by the white rose they left behind. His first day of travel took him to the edge of the plateau that the Citadel is seated on, and you saw Ivania's map, and you see that it's way up on the north end where there's just this massive plateau that overlooks these huge canyons and fissures in the ground at the foot of the plateau. But that is where he... he spent the night in a small abandoned village, no more than a few houses. Presumably it was abandoned during the Civil War, but he was really going off on different tangents for that revelation. I really thought you guys were further. Alright, that's fine. Sternadato 58, Risei 2. And feel free to interrupt me at any time, Zunori, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. It is a wonder that travel is not more deeply intertwined in the memory path. I feel as though I have experienced so much that would have taken hundreds, if not thousands, of books to even barely describe. Is that why scholars are always so dry, that they need to know the meaning of words but do not seek to fully understand them, or their depth and their diversity? That they live their whole lives surrounded by wells of knowledge to only stop surface deep? It's a shame, really. I pray Turagoa hears my suggestion, but perhaps he already well understands this and faces the reactions of dry, disconnected, and indifferent old fools. Sorry, dyslexia. Whatever the case, it is a struggle to piece together a proper description of my current campsite. I have paused for the night before trekking the enormous land bridge in Jognir's travel notes. Hinolo should be a half a day's once we make it across, but the crossing itself could take a day on its own. I'm on the edge just before the bridge. This land appears barren, but is actually far from. There are many tiny creatures I do not recognize, some with big ears, some with claws and scales. We are camped still on the edge of the plateau, but I can see where the canyon meets the massive cracks, and by everything that is higher, this is a beautiful sight to behold. A big storm brews over the central plains. Winds must be turbulent down there. And even worse, in the cracks, as it would appear, this is what I've heard of as an aura well? A pillar of dancing lights and nebula cloud reaching to the higher layers of the atmospheric barrier. I cannot tell from here if the well comes down from above or if it comes from in the cracks. Maybe that is what aura wells are, massive holes in the realms, sometimes creating a vortex of sorts. I suppose I should be unnerved at the immensity of these cracks, but I am filled with more wonder than fear. Perhaps watching a flock of Yasamola birds dance in and around the well of beauty is having an obscure calming effect. Or maybe it's the overwhelming joy that radiates from Tori as I scritch his belly. Vibrant yellow and pink flecks. It's almost the same as a child playing with their parents on a beautiful growing season's day. Ekirans are full of their own personalities, to be sure. Sternadato 60, Risei 4. It took 2 days to cross the bridge. I will just account the events in order to not confuse you or unduly worry you, my curious friend. We took off as planned after a small meal in first starlight. I fear I may be spoiling Tori a bit, and that Tori will throw me off the edge and be done with me. No matter, I love all the pink sparkles that radiate from him. The bridge, I suppose, is the only way that it can effectively be described, as it is at least 700 paces wide. It is not by any means intricate nor clearly crafted or made, feeling more natural, but it is enormous and disarmingly long. There are columns of equal stature parsed out along the length, presumably for support. Despite this, the enormity, there are crumbling portions as expected. We attempted to make camp near one of the pillars, and I decided quite a ways ahead before reaching it. With little to no trees and other grouped life or obstructions, one can see for quite a distance across. The front of the storm even blew past as the days progressed. Luckily, it was diminished by the time it reached us, calming the fear of us being blown off the edge. But I still chose to hug to one of the pillars as we approached. Upon setting up camp, I could not help but admire once again the sight beyond the edge of the bridge. That's when I saw the majesty of a Tartor. Never once did I think. It was large enough that even from up here to the bottom of the canyon I could still make out its shape and movement. Oh, to see one up close. It's no wonder some mages work so hard to glimpse, sometimes even taking dozens of cycles of hunting and waiting to even try and interact with one. The celebration was short-lived, as I had just started the fire and was about to pull the gear off Tori when he practically threw me on top of him. At first, I was even backwards. Tori was running at full gallop and bounding over tough spots when I saw what spooked her. Creatures with plates of metal, it appeared, all over their body, nearly fully camouflaging themselves against the pillars and rocks. They crawled vertically down to the bridge, hissing so loudly they were screeching. Stubby tails, at least 3 sets of limbs. I did not immediately recall what those could be, but I think I'm allowed to not be curious in this case. Unfortunately, in his panic, even while we were at a long, safe distance, Tori landed wrong on a leap, curling one of his limbs in between 2 rocks. Now, I wish I took my mother up on learning healing magic as a child, but after an extended rest, some bandages and salve I had for myself initially, Tori recovered. At least was able to walk without too much pain, but I dare not ride him at this time, so we walked the rest of the bridge together without major incident. Once we made it across, I set up this current camp and realized I had my own scrapes and bruises to tend to. Tori rests deeply. I will follow his shining example. Okay, you want me to continue?
I guess we can stop there. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay, this next entry is quite long.
Yeah.
Took a glimpse through and you're like, oh, that's a little bit bigger than the rest of them.
So, sorry, what was the description of where the place was again? Of what it looked like, more rather?
It is in the northern reaches of the realm map that is on the Discord, if you're on the Discord, or on my Instagram. Should be in the SOTS updates as the realm map. So at this point, you will see the through the map that the plateau that is being spoken of, as well as the cracks and crevices on the northern, kind of central end of the realm.
Yeah.
So at this point, I said I'm assuming I returned from my patrol.
You do.
Yeah, I'm holding up the two chinka, was it? Chinka birds. Carcasses. I'm waving them. I'm not saying anything. I'm trying not to wake up everyone, but I'm waving them at Zenori. Hey, look at what I got!
Oh, very good. And I kind of closed the book as, like, in a movement and put it away. These are fine-looking specimens.
Yeah. Ivania quickly goes to the fire and starts treating the carcasses and hopefully there's enough time to by the end of the night that we will have more jerkified chicken birds.
Excellent.
All right. And is there anything else you guys want to do on your watch?
No,
I'll
not really.
say,
Not for
I will say to Ivania, so you come from the lower reaches of the light realm, do you?
Actually, where do I come from? I don't think I'm too far off the lower region. I'm like mid tier, right? Because I know my parent. Ivania does not come from the lower, like her parents are quite well off.
They are affluent. They aren't necessarily super high class. They higher to middle class.
Yeah, upper middle.
Would I know their last names?
Roll history.
Wow. It's not bad. Maths. What is my history? I don't even know. 19.
Dang. Okay. No, you do not. No, kidding. No, you actually. It does ring a bell for you. 1 second. Let me look back in my notes. So. The family name you recognize, you don't know if it was specifically one of Ivania's parents or perhaps a close relative if they had any brothers or sisters. But you do recall coming up with one of the fighting trainers having been of that family name. And I will leave it to your discretion to confirm or deny that, Ivania.
You'd have to describe to me who this person is.
I would say that Zenori's better with names than he is faces at this point. But I'll say the name piques a memory. I seem to remember it from my training days. I remember a trainer of that name. Though it's been so long ago, I can't put it. I've seen so many faces since I can't remember clear.
Ivania says, well, in my childhood, I never really fit in with any of my extended family because, you know, I am visibly different. But the only people that have been nice to me and are good to me are my parents. For that reason, I never really branched out outside of my immediate family. I really don't know any of my uncles or cousins. Yeah.
You mean of your adopted ilk?
Yes.
Okay.
Ivania does not know her the name that she was born with.
Most interesting. I'd really like to know more about your origins.
I would like to as well, yeah.
And the feeling is mutual.
Zunori, not to interrupt, but the dice have decided that Natters has arrived. And
Can I roll animal handling to try and pet Natters?
with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
You
He's a
are
sassy
currently
boy.
preparing 2 bird corpses.
Fair point. Fair point. But I also have wild insights, which gives me an advantage. Does that not cancel out?
Okay, that cancels out. Fine. Roll
Okay.
standard animal handling then.
All right. 12 plus 5. That's 17. 17! Come on!
So Natters swoops down and lands on Zenori's shoulder, kind of startling him for a bit because at first he wasn't expecting it, but he instantly recognizes his childhood bird. And as you wipe the feathers and blood off of your hands, you try to approach Natters, who is at first very skeptical, and you manage to give him a little scritch. And he accepts it before delicately nipping you away.
I'll give him a little nuzzle, and hey buddy, how you been?
He'll coo and click his beak back at you, very upbeat, and little wary, but very upbeat nonetheless.
I'll pick him up on my hand and I'll bring him right to my face, and I'll say, "We have a very serious situation, my little friend, and I need you, in very secret, I need you to head directly to my grandfather. I need you to be very careful about where you're heading. Okay? You need to take extra precautions about where you're flying." And I'll get a piece of parchment out of my backpack, and I'll write to grandfather, I have come into possession of some documents that would be of dire consequence if discovered. And I'm gonna write in a cipher. I want to write in a cipher just the name of the journal, the person who owns the journal, but I want to do it in a family cipher. Is that possible?
It is possible, especially knowing the extravagancy of your family. But with that being said, would that necessarily be wise if your father intercepts Natters?
This is my thoughts. I'm just trying to think of a way that I can convey it without conveying it.
Roll a history check. Hold on. Yeah, roll a history check.
It's 14, I think. Yeah, 14.
Okay. That is enough to recall that as a youngling, you didn't get a whole lot of time with your grandfather. When you did spend time with him, it was at one of the mage's, grand places. But you recall a specific phrase that you two would have between one another, where it's like, oh, if ever your parents or any of your siblings or cousins or peers or whoever is bothering you and you need to get away or you need to speak to me, free of constraints of anything, else you say this phrase. You know, essentially like a safe word.
Okay. Okay.
Safe word. Oh, okay.
Code word.
Yes, passphrase. Which, like, in my head, I'm like, you know, being a DM saying safe word. I'm like, wait a second, hold on.
All right. Instead of doing the
Serious.
little cipher, I'll say the code word, and I'll put emphasis at the end to that we need to speak in person. I'll sign it at the bottom, roll it up, put it in Nada's little leg pouch. Give him a scruffy little hug and tell him to say goodbye to Ivania. I'll send him.
And so Natters flies off and he gives Ivania a little flap of the wing on the face. And takes off into the beautiful night sky.
Ivania just like, what a gorgeous bird. You're so lucky.
I am quite privileged in the sense of that little guy who we've been around each other since I was a child, small child. He's probably as old as I am.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty surprising.
He's a good bird. He's a good bird.
Okay, and with that being said, the first light is starting to peek over the tops of the trees, and Tanaya crawls out of her wagon and relieves you of your shift, and she says, I will wake you up when we are ready to go.
Beautiful. Vanya hangs the currently sopping wet meat somewhere over the fire, so it's ready. It can jerkify over the... All right, and with that, we will take a wellness break, and we will come back in... Oh, we went a little bit over time. We'll come back in 10 minutes. So 10-minute wellness break. We'll be right back.
don't have way too much fun together. I don't know what you're talking about. But all right, we resume. It is the morning, and Hanaya took the usual early morning shift. So as you guys are all waking up on your own accord, hopefully, she is already packed up, ready to go. When you are.
I'm stretching my rocks. Getting nice and limber for the day.
My checks on
Trying to
the
like imagine
introverts.
rocks stretching.
Like imagine I like take when you see somebody take a big breath in, that's you see my rocks expand outwards a little bit, and I just kind of like Elastigirl, my limbs stretch out.
And it's all connected by these shadow tendrils.
All right.
Is the meat ready?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Why does everything sound wrong today?
Is it jerkified?
So
I'm trying to avoid the weird meat.
if you are in the Discord and you saw me posting
What's the quality
Tasteful
of my
Memes
meat?
channel, that
Tasteful
is
Wait, hold on. I gotta see tasteful memes. Dang, I gotta
Hold
scroll
on.
way down.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna see if I could just add it into the stream real quick. There's a reason the moment I said safe word, I kind of lost it, not gonna
no.
lie. Let me see if I can add it. Image.
I had the same reaction. You're fine.
And source. New source. I think I got it. There we go. Refer to stream for meme.
Beautiful.
God decide.
Oh.
Jeff Bezos wants to know.
Do you need a safe code word?
Oh, and to answer Dova's question, isn't the safe word nat 20? No, that is the go word.
Continue.
All right, yes. Resuming. Morning. Hanaya has the Perry first hooked up. She has the Brigands. Who I think she tied down.
Did we
in the
leave
middle of the
him
night.
tied up?
He was just tied up
Overnight?
on a cart overnight.
He's gonna
Love
not
it.
have use of his arms or legs. We let him out.
Right? Okay, Hanaya did untie him, but she took care of him for you guys.
Then, because I forgot about him.
Yeah, me
I
too.
completely forgot about it. We're the worst jailers, guys.
Terrible. Terrible.
I mean, we were gonna bury a dude alive.
We
So
were
I
going.
think,
We were going to brutally murder him.
I think this is a bit better, even though I don't know.
Hanaya is just your general babysitter.
Perfect. That's why we've got her. So I guess we'll pack up everything and disembark then, huh?
I'll walk up to Sorn before we do, and I'll sneakily hand him over the book and say I didn't learn much more, but on the upside, Natters did arrive last night, and I'm sending word out to my grandfather.
Okay. All right, and I'll take it and I'll
Can't be all serious.
wrap it in the cloak again, and I'll put it at the bottom of my bag.
Yeah.
Oh, shady
you.
dealings over there.
I am always shady.
Love it.
Sword can literally throw shade, so.
He can vibe check
I'm the
and throw
vibe checker
shade.
and the shade thrower. I'm Twitter.
Oh my god!
I'm the Twitter rock.
You are pure mood. pure unadulterated mood.
Oh, right, I'm gonna have to draw that later.
Right. And when he does the dusk walk, he shades away. Shade away.
We gotta get someone to invent a pair of shades just for Sorn.
Deal with it.
Thug life.
Oh my god.
We can make him a little like a flower chain and glasses holder.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Well, I am excited about getting to Chinagawa, so I'm gonna walk next to the paraffers this time. This time around, I want to be up front.
You are
Here's
ready.
the chair.
Oh, just to keep track, we are down another day's worth of rations, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Another day's worth of food. Yeah, because you guys made extra food, that counts as an entree. So with supplemental food, your rations can extend out a couple of days per ration. But if you didn't have any jerky or you had extra jerky, you ate a little bit more than planned, then yes, subtract a full day's ration.
All right, I will consume 1 serving of jerky. I also give Zenori the other jerkified chinkabird. I'm trying to find a better word for it right now. I can't.
I'm so glad I coined this term.
I feel like it was a term that should have been coined so long ago.
I in my adventure journal, I'm like writing everything down, and there's just a line. It says Ivania jerkifies her 2 chinkabirds, and I just like, if anybody like tries to read this, like, you're not. I just feel bad for anybody who's tries to read this.
Is this questionably a smut?
What?
I mean, safe words in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I didn't put that in there.
We're gonna have to be careful what kind of books we end up looking for at the library.
Listen, I'll help anybody with their personal reading if they
All this
want.
innuendo is making Sorn curious.
He's already curious enough as it is.
Can't be helped. I guess we'll get going.
Only
The
if you
half-day
ask
strip.
about it in the deep voice.
I don't even want to say what I was about to say. All right. In due time.
Okay.
Right. Oh, I suppose I should. All right. So you guys set out and reached the forest line. This part of the forest already seems pretty dense compared to the part of the forest that you came from, but it's all a part of the same forest cell. You guys were just in a clearing, but there is a noticeable difference from when you guys first set out. As you head into the forest, it's a little bit harder to see the night sky, or the morning sky, excuse me. But light is still able to filter in. It is just very dense and very old. The air is almost just a little bit heavier than the air in the clearing. You also, along the way, start to notice more side paths and some houses down these side paths. Every so often you guys are passing more and more residents as you get closer to Chinagawa.
Craven.
I'll never mind. Never mind.
I'll.
Soren is so excited.
I'm very excited.
Spouting out
Speechless.
random syllables.
So we're getting into more populated territory at this point. It's not farmlands anymore. It's like houses and forests.
Well, right now, you guys are variably still in rural area. But you definitely notice an increase to where you guys are getting closer to urban, essentially.
I'll turn to Anaya. Since
Oh, she's
mini
mini-me.
What?
Sorry. I registered that like, oh, she's mini-me.
What? Oh my gosh! I totally. Oh, Kitty! I like totally missed it.
He knows what time he gets fed, and he always comes up like 15 minutes before it's time, and he'll start pawing at me.
My dog does that an hour beforehand.
Are you sure that wasn't just because of the time change?
No, it was. Yeah, we had to sit down and tell him, there's this thing called daylight savings, and you can't have dinner for another hour. And he just looked at us. Yeah.
You don't love me anymore?
No, it just.
You have
We
to
were like,
tell him twice
go
a
get
year.
your toy. Go away.
So, sorry, Zunori. Continue talking.
Oh,
to
you're right.
Anaya.
I'll turn to Anaya and say, what are you planning to do in Shinagawa?
She just took a bite of pizza.
What?
I thought he was talking
no.
to Hinaya.
Oh,
Hinaya.
Hinaya.
Yeah,
I was like, that's
sorry.
not me.
I pronounced it.
Yeah. Which is why
There's more syllables
eating a
in
big
that.
bite of pizza right now.
That explains everything.
Aya has not yet eaten today, so
She's been so busy making flower crowns, guys.
exactly.
So Hinaya says, once I dropped off all of the goods, including stopping by the guards post for you guys, I'm just gonna get back to work.
What does that entail?
And she's like, well, I'm the stable master for Chanagawa. That's where he has me as a travel guide, and I like getting up from time to time, but I also help the TCC in Chanagawa as a Jeptunier ambassador. Just usual
TCC?
stuff. Trade and Commerce Commission. Yep, so the TCC, they did have a postmaster in Orkney, and that was how you sent the letters via bird, was a TCC postmaster.
Wait, does that mean that you're not following us to Oho?
No.
Damn.
And I was like, no,
Going
I'm stopping in Chanagawa, shoot.
That was
Oh,
like
man.
her plan all along. She was like, I'll take you to Chanagawa and that's it.
I'm gonna miss you.
If
You
Anya
can't
gets
tell me that
attached,
after
it's
2
easy.
years, 2 days of traveling, we haven't grown attached to each other.
She's like, oh, bless your heart, you were so young.
You don't feel it too?
I'm with Abanya.
What's the safe word?
Oh my.
The tension's been
Wow.
growing. The past
Lord
2
help me.
days.
Oh no. I'll basically I'll say to her, that reminds me a lot of my wife. Do you know her by chance?
She's like, that depends. Who's your wife?
I can't even remember. Hang on. I remember my last name. I don't remember my last name. That's the part I don't remember.
Did Zenori get hit in the head in our last combat?
Sorry.
I had a type of head trauma.
Which?
Yes.
Hold on. Which wife are we talking about?
No.
Wink, wink.
I should have said, Moshi should have said that. Which wife?
I promise no alcohol was harmed in the making of this show.
I'll turn to her and I'll say, I saw an Orgzal.
Well, actually, she kept your her family name, so that way it wasn't so easily linked to.
I figured as much.
Damn.
Whatever her family last name is, I can't remember right now.
Shalon Ray.
Right, there you go.
And she's like, not personally, but I mean, what's it like to be married to the lords of the land?
Who now?
And I'll get like suspicious, and I'll like lean over to her and I'll be like, if you knew who I was, it wouldn't be that big a deal.
What?
Here,
Roll.
Moshi is like,
performance.
Poor NPC.
Nat 20. Excellent.
I love how we're all getting nat 20s at the most random times.
Mine was rolling for laughter.
Narrative dice, man. It's a real thing.
So, and I was like, and you guys wanted my help? And she just and clicks and just like tries to leave the conversation.
Scared her.
Nori's a little bit chuffed. Has a sip of his water. Basks in the lack of stress.
Oh boy.
Oh, you guys are too much. Excuse me.
Yeah, we got
Too
real
much laughing,
damn it.
Too
My
much
face
laughing.
hurts.
Everything's moving. You know, no, and my whole body hurts right now because my workouts are working out and everything hurts, and you guys are making me laugh, and it's not helping any. Okay.
We sound like a sadistic bunch.
I mean,
you
if
met
the
Moshi?
shoe fits.
Oh my goodness. All right. So the woods don't appear to be dissipating at all. You guys both at Hanaya's description of Chanogawa and pointing it out on the map, you guys are well in the middle of the woods. The Urbrania River flows through Chenogawa, and that is how Chenogawa has become a excellent trading post between a lot of the mines and farms in the area, and they're able to take goods upriver to Astromeria and to essentially the rest of the realm via the Urbrania River. But you guys start to approach Chenogawa and are immediately greeted by a variety of different smells, from cooking food to very wet things, to an assortment of animals and perfumes. And as the first bridge you come to crosses immediately into the town threshold. Across the bridge, and to the right, Hinaya pulls into that open land area, and you realize that this is the Chenogawa stables. And she stops the cart and unhooks the poor bandit. And you see her waving in the distance. There is a guard post across the way. And 2 guards are now approaching you guys for the bandit leader.
Excellent. I'll walk with
Poor guy. He's probably like half dead.
He is
Deserves it.
hurting. He's covered in shit. He is.
I mean, we never fed him. He hasn't eaten. Like,
It's only been like a day. Honestly, though, it's not like it was prolonged.
Wasn't he the big guy anyway? Am I tripping?
No,
he
it
wasn't the fat
big one.
guy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
No.
He also wasn't the
Yeah.
skinny guy though, so he can
Yeah,
burn
he was
off
like-
a little fat. He's fine.
It's okay. It's kind of okay. My God.
It's all right.
I mean, we left the midpoint like midday, right? The halfway point, and it's midday now, so it's been like a day. He's
You're
fine.
fine. You can go with
It's
that.
okay.
There-
Trying to justify our captive.
We're helping him take up intermittent fasting. Okay, it'll be good for his health long term.
It's
He's
just
gagged, right? We could just waterboard him.
God, you guys.
You already
For
got
once,
shit
Moshi
formation.
is like, what are you guys talking about?
That's out of character, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Nori, roll perception.
Okay.
John.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh no. Well, you already used your nat 20, so.
I know, right? That is a solid 9.
Never mind then. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
I am up front. If that,
Oh,
I can
yeah.
help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we, like, relieve these Perry furs? Like, unhook them to the cart? Like, come on, these poor guys.
Anaya's already way ahead
Oh,
of you.
okay,
She's getting
good.
taken back to the stables, and there's a couple of her assistants that are taking care of the goods on the cart. And some of the goods are being transferred to another cart, others are being brought inside. One of the assistants immediately took an ornate box and started walking into town with it.
I suppose we should get our belongings
An
before they get
ornate
whisked
box?
away.
Probably.
It might
Can
be
we
a good idea.
find out
should
what
get
the
our
box
stuff.
is?
I'm sorry, an ornate box? Was in here this whole time?
Mm.
Not like that. It's so important that it has to be walked immediately into town by itself.
I know. I
Like-
wouldn't be like, yeah, what?
Moshi's
Can
like,
we get into said box?
It's
Where
already
is it?
walking away from you.
I know. You better hurry up.
You act like I can't move.
we should
but
have
like,
looked around. Somebody's holding it. What are you gonna? You're gonna walk up and just take it from them?
I'm barely noticeable if I'm not lit up, and I can fly.
Yeah, but you're.
I can find out where it's going at least, okay? Who wants this ornate box, and why is it so important?
I mean, you
I
could
just
just
wanna
walk
know.
up to him and say, hey, what's in the box?
Yeah, where's that going?
What's in the
What's in the box?
box!
Terrible. Anyway, Sonori's gonna walk with the assailant and take him over to the guard station.
Okay.
I'll
At
go
this-
too for some extra muscle.
At this point, you notice the 2 guards have walked back to the guard station because they noticed you, Zunori, being one of them.
Ah, yeah, right. Yeah, yep.
And out walks an old friend that you haven't seen since Tirnalfheim. And that is Captain Tenon, who you joke as Soft Heart. And he walks right out and he's like, okay, they told me that one of us was here, but they could have at least given me a little bit of a heads up that it was you, Zunori.
Captain Senon. I'll go up and like give him a handshake and a one-arm hug.
He returns it and he's like, what in the realm have you been doing?
Oh, it seems a lot lately. It's been an eventful last week or so. What's been happening? Now that I really think about it.
He's like, I've been hearing quite a bit from your neck of the woods. It's been
God, the captain.
worrisome, actually.
Oh, I can only feel for the captain back home. I've given him so much paperwork, it's ridiculous.
Vard has made that expressly clear in his updates with me.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to have the same trouble with you this round, am I?
Well, I hope not, but sorry to stomp on that already, and I'll turn to the guy and be like, I have somebody to process?
And Tennant's like, yeah, we kind of smelt him coming.
He's a bit on the nose.
He's like, but you know what? I'm just curious, how did he come into your possession? Just for paperwork purposes.
Well, they had been known to be slightly terrorizing the halfway point at the farm. And
the berry farmers?
Yes. And they seemed to be, the farmers were quite passive and sympathetic towards them, and they only took advantage of them. So there was three. And we made short work of them, I must say. And this guy would have followed along closely, but thought it more prudent to bring him into custody.
He's like, well, you get off lucky, and he reaches inside where you can't see, and he pulls out 3 wanted posters. He's like, unfortunately for the other 2, you didn't bring him in alive. I can only give you half the reward for them. But this head in particular is worth... So total, he hands you a bag of gold. He has one of the guards count it out, and he hands you a bag of 700 gold.
Yes.
That's a paycheck.
Do we see the
like,
posters, by the way? Like the wanted posters?
The wanted posters are on the inside of the little guard station. So he hands you the bag of gold, Zunori, and he's like, thank you for taking care of this menace. And
is there a partial reward for even though they're dead?
Yeah, he gave us half of those 2.
I'm assuming the full would have been 1,000.
Wait.
Okay, so
I'm confused.
for the okay, hold on. Just specifically for Moshi's comfort, the leader was worth 500. The lackeys were worth 200 apiece, but since you guys dispatched of them, only half the reward for dead. They wanted to bring them into justice, perhaps put them into civil service. So it's actually a bummer that they're dead because they could have put them to work. So half the reward. So you guys got 500 for the leader and 100 each for the lackeys.
Rather than the 200.
Oh, so he's just like believing us? Like we could have just said this?
I mean, they're wanted men.
So
it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility.
The 2 that died were still put to work, just maybe not in the way that they
they're benefiting the community now.
Yeah.
Pushing daisies now.
Yeah, quite literally.
Pushing berries.
So the captain has 2 of the guard in the area take the very exhausted, like he's not even putting up a fight at this point. He's not saying anything in his defense. He backed up everything Zunori said. He's like, yeah, you killed my men, blah blah blah. And he is after getting dunked in the river, he is being taken to the to the main barracks to be held.
Are you with us, Moshi, or are you still over by the cart?
I think it was just me that went with you.
Yeah.
I think
it was just
technically
Zunori and Soren, and you guys were back up at the cart trying to figure out what box just walked away from the cart.
Whatever. I don't know. Moshi's done with that.
Now there's
Moshi heard in the distance a very large bag of gold be plopped into someone's hand.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Here's
I'll
just
count out 140 and I'll hand it off to Thorn. See, there's your cut, buddy.
Quickly just dump it into my satchel.
Hey, where's my shoe?
And I'll turn to the captain and I'll say, I won't keep you. We actually need to be moving on to Ulholm. We're in a bit of a hurry with this whole situation that's been happening.
I thought we were going to the library.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Oh,
We'll make a stop. We'll be here for
Okay. Just want to make sure we still go to the library.
You're not there.
I know. I just
So
don't want the library to be forgotten. Okay.
this raises the captain's eyebrows, and he's like, "Why do you need to go? What's your business in Ulholm?"
It's this whole investigation about these mysterious deaths that have been happening, and we've been directed towards Ulholm to seek a higher power, as it were, to get answers.
And he's like, "All right, we haven't had any contact from Ulholm in many weeks.
None at all.
Not even check-ins from their local guard."
And no one thought to go over and check.
Bruh.
Wow.
Oh,
Does Yuri wish to ask this question?
I'll pretty much say, did anyone think to check that on those guys? Has there been a dispatch? Like, has anybody been sent out to check on them?
He's going to say, we sent out one of the TCC messengers, V-I-R, but he hasn't returned yet. And I was actually just in the middle of trying to coordinate extra hands to send down a scout troop. But if you guys are already on your way down there, I'll have a messenger bird waiting.
I'll chime in. I'm assuming I'm hearing this. I'm there, right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Am I there too?
It was just me. It's just me and
That's you,
Zenori.
Technically, I'm turning my camera off. I'm not
All
there.
right. All right.
I'll chime in. If you said the scout that you sent didn't return, right? This is probably not a good sign. You could send your scout group that you were forming with us. Ensure mission success.
He's like, Zenori, do you have so little faith in yourself?
Oh, I have plenty of faith, sir. That's not the point. Although we're dealing with some serious circumstances, maybe if we only take someone who's familiar with the area, as opposed to a whole platoon.
He is looking at his list of cards under his care right now. Hold on.
Because I'm assuming if it's something serious enough to take care of an entire town, I don't think a group of 5 is going to cut it.
He's like, no, you have a solid point. He's like, my thought was you guys scout the area thinking that if you're wise enough and it was too dangerous, you guys wouldn't put yourself in that danger and just come right back or send a messenger bird back. But I have one of my current he's like, one of my current, here's a word, harbor guards, Zach, is from Ulholm. So he can probably escort you guys, and I don't know, maybe if we have a spare cart, you guys can take that with you, but we'll have to see.
I'll chime in again. And I know Zenori is a guard like you, but the rest of our group is not. Might there be, and I'll reach into my bag and scoop up some of the gold, and I'll hold it and I'll start letting it slip out of my hands and back into my bag. Might there be A little incentive for the rest of us.
So Moshi hears the gold and he comes over.
There you go.
I'm now part of the conversation. So there's gold. I heard gold.
There is Moshi.
He's
don't
like-
worry.
We're talking about gold. Hi.
Moshi, roll an insight check real quick.
Ooh.
As I count out his share.
Ooh. Hold on, I gotta look at the thingy. Insight. That's 19.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Tell me.
I'm just gonna. Do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to whisper
Yes.
it to you?
Oh, whisper. Whisper.
Okay. Hold on. Pause the moment. Gonna whisper real quick.
Zenori, this guy's taking a little long to think. Is he okay?
He's got the buffering symbol.
He's frozen in place.
He's always like this. It's like he makes sure he means what he says and says what he means.
Right.
Oh. Wait, do I know who he is? Oh,
No,
sorry.
you
I
don't
should've
recognize him personally, but so
Is Moshi about to turn around and run?
roll a performance check really quick, Moshi.
Me? Oh,
Yes,
what?
you.
That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
Here we go.
Where?
The dice
Where-
gods are with.
So the guard kind of looks Moshi up and down with possible familiarity. And Moshi just joins the conversation casually. And he looks over at you, Zenori, and he's like, "Is this little one with you?"
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, well." He's like, "You know what? I see what Commander Bard was saying now about you, Zenori. If you guys provide information that can assist with recovering Olholm or whatever's happening to their people, maybe there'll be some incentive for you guys in it."
And I'll like look at Moshi sideways, like, is that good enough? And I'll look at Sorn as well, like, are we good?
I think we're happy.
He's like, "I definitely see Commander Bird's problem now, and why he is so grateful to have you out of his city." Shots fired. But he's like,
We're not that bad. And I'll hand Moshi his cut. There you go. Don't spend it all at once.
and Moshi, you realize in your hands you are holding 140 gold.
Chinga.
Cha-ching. But the commander's like, yeah, he's like, "I wish I could send you with more resources, but at this time we're scarce enough as it is. The general that's blown into the area seems to have taken a lot of our extra manpower."
Ooh.
They're like, "Yep." But is there anything else you need from me at this time, Zenori?
No, Captain, this will be quite sufficient. We'll let you know when we're on our way out anyway. We're gonna check for some provisions and a bit of information check before we leave anyhow.
It's like, "All right, well, check in with any of the guards you see, and I will have Zach prepared to meet you at the... Oh, goodness, where is it? Here it is. That is west. At the western gates to take you down to Olholm."
Okay. Excellent.
And with that, we are going to pause for a wellness break. So a 10-minute wellness break because we are over time. Again, because keeping track of time. So be right back.
God.
All right, we are back. And so you guys just and Zenori got some frets in. Zenori and you guys just parted ways from the captain, and Ivania is currently helping Hanaya unload the cart.
Woo!
Do it.
So I guess we should go and distribute the rest of the gold, huh?
It's probably a good idea. Yep. I'll walk back over and count out Ivania and Aya's cat. 140 gold each, guys.
140 gold. Where from?
Apparently those guys... Excuse me. Apparently those guys had bounties on their heads. We were very lucky.
Nice.
If they all came in alive, we would have ended up in the effect of somewhere of about 1,000 gold, but
Well, we could only bring so many back. Yeah.
Next time we run into brigands, we know. We
I
gotta
suppose,
take them
yeah.
alive.
Maybe
Well,
we
these
should actually
ones
take a couple of them.
particularly had bounties on them. You guys
Yeah.
got lucky. They particularly had bounties on them.
It's okay. We can
We'll
be
just keep
bounty
the
hunters
leaders
and create
alive.
gang chains.
There we go.
We should probably take a look at the bounty board then. If we
Yeah.
ever to do this, or keep an eye on.
Is there an
them.
adventurers guild?
So, there is, knowing a town of this size, or actually, Ivania,
Yes.
you did not go through Chenogawa. You heard of Chenogawa, but you did not, wait, no, you did go through Chenogawa, right?
I passed by. I did not actually get into Chenogawa, but you said I passed close enough by it. Because Chenogawa is
okay.
directly north, but I came in via the east side.
Oh, Ixawa. You
Yes.
came in through
that's
Ixawa.
it.
Yeah, so you rode in one of the merchant ships down the Urbania, came through Ixawa to Orkney. Okay. Okay, so but looking around the town, Ivania, you presume that by most of the inns or major town square areas there will be bulletin boards. The wanted posters in the entrances are only in the guard shacks, and you guys would have to get into the guard shack to see their bulletin board. But presumably there are bulletin boards just like outside of Johnny's.
Wait, there's a there's a guard shack with the bulletin board. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, where they got the one posters down to show.
Can I
somebody.
look in there real quick?
It's a small guard shack. It's like big enough to fit 3 people uncomfortably.
I can't just peek in.
Well, Moshi's
I mean,
pretty small.
If you wanted to start conversation with the captain and the other guard that are in there.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah?
You rolled a lucky nat 20 earlier.
The DM does not advise this.
All right, fine.
You can?
Nah, I'll just leave.
I'm like, I need to look up how to jailbreak players. This goes on.
Oh, a spin-off where we have to
Don't make me do that research!
Do we need to hide Moshi?
Listen,
I'll be
Moshi
fine.
if you want to go do something illegal, let me know in advance so I can be prepared to help you out.
I didn't
That's
want
all
to
I
do
ask.
anything illegal. I just wanted to see if my face was in there. What?
We're right next to a bunch of guards.
Okay, well, I whispered that.
There we go.
Well, Moshi was in the guardhouse earlier, wasn't he?
No.
What? No, I
No,
was
you guys
over
were standing
there.
outside of it.
I was standing with everybody. We were outside of it. We weren't
okay.
inside.
Yep, and the guard reached around the corner on the
Yeah,
inside
he,
to pull the posters off.
I guess let's just
So
continue
having
on.
a face asking, "Hey, can I look at the wanted posters?" And there possibly
What?
being the same
Your
face right
I wasn't
there.
gonna say that, but whatever.
Perhaps I could do that. I mean, my face has
Wait
not
a
been
minute,
around.
Ivania having my back? What is this? I smell a trap.
You're gonna get turned in.
Ivania, yeah, no, let's
So-
leave.
Hey, I said we were even, okay?
I say
Now,
we.
children.
Let's just forget it. Let's just keep going.
Let's just go. Where are we going?
Into the
Are
city,
we-
I guess.
Actually,
Oh.
are we,
The
are
library?
we leaving Hanaya? for
God,
good
Aya,
from
just
here?
go.
Are we
Right.
leaving Hanaya for good once we leave the stable?
She's gone, man.
I was still helping
Yeah,
unload
she's
the
still
cart. Oh,
helping unload.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I figured
So-
she was just like wrapped it all up and was done.
I mean, if we're gonna head off, I'm just gonna make a friendly goodbye and hope, the fact that she knows the Swirling Crafter is a pretty big plus. So I wanna end this on a good note so the next time we might have a better inn.
A better. I get you.
Get connections with Swirling Crafters, so next time we want good stuff, we can go via Hanaya.
Don't burn any bridges on the way out the door.
So yeah, Vanya's gonna go give Hanaya a hug and for a goodbye, and let's say we head towards wherever everyone wants to head out.
And Hanaya returns the warm gesture. And she says, "Your company was a pleasure. Don't forget this." She hands Ivania the jug of hot berry bean juice, recently
snap.
heated up. And she says, she's like, "I remember you guys talking about going to the library. Maybe stopping by." She says the Richelle Tavern. You can talk to my sister Amia, who is a local teacher, and she's the one that goes by the library. And she bids everyone a warm farewell before tending to her travel-weary and very beautifully braided Perryfurs, yelling over her shoulder, "Aya, if you're ever bored, you come back my way."
Absolutely. Braid all the Perryfurs hair. There's a whole stable now. Okay. I got the flowers for it. Okay.
I'll wait until everybody's just about ready to turn and leave, and I'll walk up to Lanaya, and I'll palm her 10 gold, and I'll just give her a nod, and as I walk away, I'll be like, "Oh, before I forget, please don't mention me and my wife to anyone, if you wouldn't mind." And I'll just give her a wink and walk off.
She gives you a wink back, and she's like, "If ever you want a second one, you let me know."
Oh.
Whoa!
Sonora's like,
That was a delayed reaction.
Hold up.
well,
What was
Sonora
the inn
wasn't
called
expecting
again?
that at all.
The inn was called the Richelle Tavern.
Richelle Tavern.
And
I thought you said
it
Richelle.
was somewhere. Oh my god!
The Richelle Tavern.
Self-insert.
Wow. It's called the Richelle for short because
What have I done? And she mentioned it being in the Harbor District, by the way.
Gotcha,
Considering
gotcha.
name change.
no, it's great.
So it's Manaya at the River Shell Tavern in the Harbor District. All right.
And Maya. I'm going to type that for you. And Maya.
Oh, okay. I had it spelled all wrong.
Yep, there's Hinaya and Emaya. Sisters!
Sweet. All right. None of us have any sense of direction, so let's head towards the water. I'm assuming that's where the River Shell Tavern is.
Oh, so at this point, the whole town has very humid air. And you guys did pass over a small river, but, as you guys were coming in, you see several rivers and creeks. Judging by the direction, the larger river is north. But it seems like it's gonna be quite a ways till you get up there.
Huh. So Chernobyl is pretty huge.
Yes. Immediately you can tell it's about 4 times the size of Orkney, just immediately.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
And
you
the
called it a
buildings-
town.
Yeah. Yeah, where Orkney was a village, this is a town. The buildings you guys are currently walking through are much more densely packed than Orkney's as well. Some of them being shop front, some of them being houses, some of them being you don't want to know, weird noises are coming from inside. The streets streets have quite a number of people, not quite shoulder to shoulder, but it is pretty densely populated.
So, why are we here again?
Here to collect information.
Okay.
Isn't it also in between Williamsville or wherever we're trying to go and Orkney? Williamsville is not the name. That's as close as I remember, though. All the missing people.
Oh, home.
Ooh,
Close enough.
Oh, that's where all the missing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where
so-
we're trying to go. That's where all the missing people are.
Well,
And where we're at now is in between where we were and where we're going. Yes?
There's one
Right.
guy missing technically.
We just
The-
haven't
the
heard
scout,
back from the entire
yeah,
town.
the town just hasn't been heard from.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming they're
Well,
missing or
Why
dead.
were we going to Olholm again?
The source of the draining
Dark.
darkness.
Yeah.
of the
That's
forest.
there.
Yeah, it was that direction.
Oh, okay. I just forgot. We
I also have a personal investment there.
you do?
Yes.
What is it?
Something about my
Past.
child captor.
Your town? What?
my
Child
childhood captor.
Oh, yeah, because you're adopted or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Something like
that. I remember that conversation. Okay.
likeness of you and Moshi is very apparent. So lovely.
I mean, you base things off what you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pull Solon aside as we're walking along, and I'll say, we should look for this. We should look for this library.
Yes, we have
think-
people that
think
need to
that's
get to
a-
the library, or otherwise we're not going to hear the end of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
For the
Um,
record, Moshi wants to go to the library too, so it's
It's my understanding there's also a market, so I'd like to take a walk through that too.
We're all trying to. Yeah. And our pockets are pretty heavy, so.
I've yet to actually buy anything with Buddy, so
That was your chance.
Well, I'm just going to be a tag along at this point.
Your ego being boosted after being hit on.
More like bewildered.
Yeah, bewildered would be the better one.
What? I'm sorry.
But you guys are currently walking through oh yeah, you were away. You guys are currently walking through densely populated area with buildings closer together than Orkney, already at minimum, 4 times the size of Orkney. It is a very, much larger town. You guys are currently walking north, presumably to the harbor, to find Hanaya's sister, Amaya, who is a teacher that frequents the library.
Why do I feel like it's going to be one of those situations where you like walk into the place and it's exactly the same person, they're just dressed up differently?
Now I gotta change my whole angle with her.
That would be funny. Okay.
These sisters are the jewels of the harbor.
And one of them hit on you. Wow.
Wow.
Many sailors and pirates. I mean, more sailors would be jealous. But you are passing by buildings that do have some storefronts, and some of them are residences, while others are shady. And various alleyways, numerous people, some carts with merchants, so you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that, my little rocky friend.
Out of dreams.
So we're going towards the harbor then,
Correct.
to find Hanaya's sister. Okay. All right. Does that mean I'm in front right now? Am I leading everybody?
Pretty much.
All right. I'm just gonna follow the road north. Once I start smelling, smelling a. Oh, wait, I can't smell.
Wait, you can see auras though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look for the aura of the river. I'm just gonna go straight north, just following the road.
All right,
Bewildered.
You guys already passed one fork, and you have a fork. One of them goes northwest. One of them goes northeast.
Is there someone that looks fairly nice?
Roll investigation.
All right, this is gonna suck. 22.
All right. At this fork in the road, there's a number of people going about their days. The building that is at the just immediately in the fork is a shop front. Kind of a just knickknacks, kind of thrift little shop. Seems to be, people come in and sell goods as well as buy goods. And a small Lintet, who does appear to be rather friendly, or at least warm in aura and personality, is sweeping and seems to be the shopkeeper. But
It's a shop, okay. I will float up and greet him, her.
I'm gonna need you to roll a performance.
Uh-oh. 3.
Oh,
We've used up all of our good rolls.
yeah.
So the Lintet is sweeping, and you float up and start to talk. The Lintet looks up, not expecting a talking pile of rocks, and yelps and kind of jumps up on one of the nearby crates in front of the shop, and with
I also
the
yelp.
hair back, the tail poofed up. Oh my God.
I yelp and I back up too.
Moshi runs over. It's just a rock. It just happens to float. We're all cool. Soren, back up.
I back up.
Lintet jumps back down and stands up, very obviously struggling, standing on 2 feet, and he starts petting down its fur. He's like, "You gave me quite a scare. I'm sorry. What can I do you guys for?"
Ask for... Do you happen to have a map of the city I could buy off of you?
He's like, "I don't, but I can draw a quick one for you. What are you looking for?"
That would be perfect. We're headed towards the harbor. We also want to go to the library.
And
He
you said the
says,
marketplace as well, right?
And the market.
Yeah.
The Lintet kind of giggles at that, and he's like, "This whole town is practically a market, but you will find most of the shops being up by the harbor." But he's like, you take this road, and he points to the road that goes to the northeast. Northeast. Yes. Cardinal directions. I have learned my lesson. Goes to the northeast, and he's like, "You follow that. That'll take you straight up to the harbor. From there, you will see where most of the activity is. That will also take you to the river Shell. The Shell Tavern will be immediately between you guys and the... but then he's like, for the library, you go down this way and follow that all the way to the very fancy, prim and proper looking buildings, and that'll be the district with the library in it."
Hey, thank you so much, friend. Well, I'm sorry for startling you.
He's like,
I know I'm
"Apology accepted."
not normal.
He's like, "No, you're not, but you're sweet enough. Just give people a heads up next time."
Oh no.
No,
Don't say
heads up.
that. No.
Where are you supposed to go? Be like, "Hey, I'm a floating rock. Don't worry."
Soren, no. You didn't mean that literally. Put your head down.
Lieutenant's fur kind of spikes a little bit again. He's just like, "Bye." Walks inside.
Bye.
Sorry.
I think he liked me.
Oh no, we lost Chris.
Oh,
Zenori is perpetually mad at us. Very disappointed.
permanent eye roll.
Mid-eye roll. Mid-eye roll.
That's terrible.
Oh no.
While Zenori tries to fix his face, we'll continue towards the way that the Lintet directed us.
Wait, which way are we going? We're going to the harbor first, because
Yes,
I thought
harbor,
they
northeast.
said that the library was on the other side.
Yeah, it's on the other side. You cross the...
Okay, so we're doing that second. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to the harbor first.
The harbor.
The harbor. Why do you say words funny sometimes, Moshi?
Oh. We got some Deadpool fourth wall breakings and things in here, I guess.
It feels bigger in this hand. I think Richelle is changing the description of Hanaya's sister right now.
She's renaming the tavern.
I do also would like a description, a more detailed description of Jatuniers.
So
We need descriptions for everything, okay? Because we artists want to draw these things.
I want to
So-
make the cookbook.
I've
I've list of the recipes so far.
I've started making recipes. Wait, hey, do you have a Google account? Because I can
do. Yeah.
share what I have. Okay.
Well, you guys are
Sorry.
Ivania, or just for general Jeptunier. And Soren, you are slowly learning this the more you are around Jeptuniers, as you are pretty much half the population is Jeptunier. So Jeptuniers are aquatic-based Aetherians. So many of the ones on land do resemble much of Mytherians and Naphlin or Aetherians in general. But they have an assortment of very aquatic, friendly attributes, whether that is very obviously that they are mostly fish, essentially, but they can range from having amphibious skin to having shark-like, the little scales and hooks, to actual fish scales. Some of them even have fins in place of actual limbs. Most of them have some sort of gill or organ feature that is typically either around the neck or down the rib cages or even out the back for them to be able to breathe underwater. Some of them even have various kinds of eyes, different varying hair. The ones that you guys have seen on land, just alone, like I said, they typically have 2 feet. Sometimes they have tails. But Ivania, Moshi, and Zunori, you all have seen way more aquatic Jeptuniers that don't go on land, and they have even more aquatic features. Zunori, you have witnessed Jeptunier, and Moshi, you as well, Jeptunier performances where the water is risen from the body of water currently where the festival is being held at, and it's just this giant bubble of water with Jeptuniers performing and dancing in the water. And so you have had seen very beautiful and some of them quite intimidating Jeptuniers. They also are very, very close to aquatic creatures, much like druids are to forest creatures. So often you will see Jeptuniers with animal companions. And one of the most well-known Jeptuniers is actually, think of a betta fish times like 20 in terms of fins.
Oh, damn.
And she is very popular in the larger cities and was one of the most popular performers because of her beautiful flowing fins that she dances so beautifully.
Now, do they have fins or ears?
They can come with either.
Appendage.
They can come with either. Mm-hmm.
Joseph, are you writing this down? Or are you...
Nope.
Already on it.
Way ahead. But yeah, the thing.
Opposite.
while Jeptuniers, the Jeptuniers on land are typically very self-conscious of their appearance. So they often are very clean and well kept. Their clothing may be often wet to help keep them moist on land, because moist, I guess that's a word people fear, but I do not. They're also often adorned with, pearls and shells and other, just very aquatic resources.
So they're more likely to be dressed in like a sea kelp, bamboo-ish type fabric or like neoprene then, because those would retain moisture and not... Okay.
Correct. And some do favor silks, because when they get in the water, it's like they have these extra fins, these extra flowy fins.
Honestly,
and,
the fabric out of sea kelp would be cool.
Yeah, and the more aquatic-based Jeptuniers are less constrained to needing 2 feet.
They have like a mertail, or is it like
Some of them do have mertails of sorts.
OMG. Oh, sorry, that was just a me.
She's excited.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
But all right. subject in here.
And we're heading to the harbor.
Yes.
To find
Maya.
Emma.
Yes.
Amaya?
At the Richelle Inn.
It's with an E, Emaya.
Amaya. There we go.
We're never gonna let this go.
To the Richelle. Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
I love it. I think it's great.
Awesome.
All right, to the Richelle and we go.
Oh, Soren, are there any shops, or are there any shops in particular you guys want to keep an eye out for?
I am always attracted to magic stuff, but aside from that, maybe like a clothier and like maybe a leather worker.
I'd be
Oh, yeah,
interested
we
in
do have
looking at
extra
like
leather.
magic-y stuff.
Yeah, maybe a blacksmith if I happen to pass one, but I'm not going to go looking for one.
Yeah. I'm thinking magic-y stuff, and I'm looking for a thief's kit.
My character just likes magic stuff because he can feel
Like maybe
Like,
there's magic-y
connected to it.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, Moshi's looking for magic-y stuff that like non-magic-y people can have. I don't know. I don't know.
magic stuff works for y'all. I keep an eye out for it because I can literally see it.
Moshi wants
Obviously,
in on the
that's-
awesome.
I'll do detect magic again and we'll walk through the streets.
Okay, with your detect magic, you see a wide array of different colors. Or wait, you know what? Roll perception. How much am I gonna get? I'm gonna make you roll for it. Damn it.
I'm good at
Work for it.
perception. Nat 20.
Woo!
Get out!
If,
Could
if
use
it's a
that on the
higher
performance,
DC,
but
it's a higher DC, 25.
All right, fine. Give it to you.
Yes!
So, you guys start closing in on the harbor. You guys must be getting closer to one of the main market squares as well as, you do see, more densely population. Sorn, you are seeing this wide array and vibrant color palette all around you. It is absolutely taking whatever breath you have left, or you even have, just seeing all the different varieties of auras and colors. And Jeptuniers, like you see, have this more cooler kind of color palette compared to Mytherians. And, even Zunori has almost like a warm white-yellow base to him being Nathlin. And so you're starting to get a more distinct feel for each of the different races' base auras, as well as their individual emotional auras. So there you go.
Right.
What's a
and
lintet?
personalities.
What does Moshi's base look like?
Oh no! Don't ask Moshi. It's just, what's a lintet?
Black.
I'm joking,
Black is
I'm
her
joking.
heart. No.
Oh.
Lintets have a dark green and a brown base to them. Not quite like a forest, more like a velvet kind of green. Then, and you also do notice an assortment of magic items on, each of the people walking by. Some of them have a couple magic rings, some of them have a magic weapon. I mean, it's just all is sparsely, but you don't see any direct concentration of magic in the area that would hint to a magic shop. Nor do
I
you
see
see
it's-
one individual person being abundant in magic.
I understand it's sparse, but is it like, does it seem like it's more than, like, say in Orkney, like the concentration of people that actually own magic items?
Where in Orkney you maybe saw 2 or 3 per crowd. Now you're seeing about 7 or 8 per crowd.
Could I deduce that it would probably be because people are more affluent here, or is it just because there's more people in general that I'm seeing more?
A little bit is because there's just more people in general, but also you are noticing a couple more very elegantly dressed and clothed individuals. You really only saw clothes of this level with the older one. Ziegza on festival day, as well as Zunori's wife on festival day. A couple of ladies had very extravagant dresses, but these seem beyond that, and their clothing seems like it's almost soft to the touch. That it is that. But then you also see some individuals that have a magic item on them, but fit more under the shady category than they do the affluent category.
Do any of the shady people have like a lot that like unreasonable amounts? Like it's pretty obvious they stole it or they're into some weird.
No.
No. Okay.
You see no concentration of magic items or magic power. So you don't see anyone who is super well versed with magic in the immediate area.
Okay. If I won't push it now, but if we're walking and I just so happen to see somebody that is like not paying attention and like something would be easy to grab real quick, let me know.
Oh.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for that.
I'm gonna make you work for that each and every time.
That's okay. That's okay. I have
but
plans.
You, in your nat 20 roll glory, you also noticed a few parts down there is a clothing merchant.
I want to go there.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna casually steer the group towards there.
Can I roll insight to see what Soren is up to?
Yes.
He's buying clothes.
Yeah, bringing us to clothes.
There's really nothing to know other than that.
Most of the stuff that was going on is in my head. You know, I'm not like.
This is a combined 20. It's not a net 20.
Okay, you can
buying clothes.
Yeah, you judge by his change of direction. He has noticed the clothing store, which has a sign that says clothing in front of it. So you presume 2 + 2 = 4.
Okay, so I go up to Soren and say, hey, if you ever need leather, I've got a whole bunch from our exploits.
Didn't we go over this? I don't think you'd be able to make anything.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that we can make it, but saying if you need
the
materials. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can take as much as you need.
Okay. I'm just gonna look. I just want to look for a scarf that isn't bright red. That's all I want.
Okay, roll investigation real quick.
17.
Okay. Marking your progress. Alright. Progress. You guys made progress. Oh my god, right? Sorry.
We did a thing. We made it to another town entirely. Look at us.
You proud?
4 weeks later, we've just left.
Oh, there we go. Alright, you see a whole rack of strips of fabric that some of them are, are obviously scarves. Some of them just seem to be scraps of fabric, varying in different lengths and different colors. It seems like you have your pick of the lot.
I'll take the red scarf out of my bag, and I will offer it. If I could, is the shopkeeper like at the front? Okay. If I could, I don't mind paying a little bit, but could I exchange this for maybe a black scarf?
Shopkeeper takes it and looks at it and I don't see why not. Throws the scarf over on the rack and hands you a black scarf of variably same size and
Perfect.
make. Just black.
Yes, that's it. And I have gloves and I have boots. I think I'm good. I'll nod at him and I'll drop. Let me see. I'll drop 12 silver on the table.
Okay. The shopkeeper doesn't stop you, but also we are gently reminded, wellness break time. So, 10 minutes. Be right back. Right, we be back. That is our final wellness break of the session. And Soren just acquired a scarf for a trade plus 12 silver as a tip.
Change that in my.
What is next, guys?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did Soren do? Did you buy? Did you
I
get
swapped
clothes?
out a scarf. Yeah.
Traded a scarf, yeah.
Soren got clothes. Okay.
Guess we'll just continue on unless we see like a, I don't know, a cartographer shop or something like that.
You know, things like libraries might have these resources.
Would make
Just a
sense.
thought.
Yeah, but we need to go to the.
Oh, he lagged.
We need to go to the harbor first, right?
I mean, we were going to the inn to talk to her to find the library
Wait,
we were going to
really?
the harbor to talk to her to go to the library.
because we didn't know where it was, and she said her sister goes to the library because she teaches. But then Lynette said where the library was.
So why don't we just like go to the
So do
library?
we not need to go to the harbor anymore?
I mean,
But
we
we could-
probably still need to book rooms. Yes.
Okay, let's go to the harbor. So the tavern's next to the harbor.
We could
That
find
is
another
correct.
lady
I
to
was
try.
not here for this. I need it spelled out for me.
Let us go to the inn to place reservations for the evening, and then we shall
All right.
journey to the library.
There we go.
The clothing store you guys stopped at is a few more buildings down from the harbor. So after a short walk, the buildings open up, and you guys are in clear view of a very large river. The road kind of goes downhill a little bit, and you see even more like buildings and tents, and it's like its own little marketplace down the hill. You also see docks and a couple of large bridges, one directly in front of you guys and one in the distance that is a very large bridge over the river, large enough for decent sized ships to get under. There are even larger ships that aren't on the other side of the bridge, but they are clearly being boarded and loaded and all sorts of commotion. The other thing that you're noticing is more streets on the river, that you see these essentially ponds where shops and buildings would be, and they have stairs going down, and Jeptoniers are walking up and down these stairs into these little ponds between the streets. But with that being said, as you guys are overlooking this harbor, to the left you notice a seashell shaped sign. And that is the River Shell Tavern.
Richelle Tavern. We go into the Richelle Tavern.
What do you want to do inside the Richelle Tavern?
I think we need our most charismatic person to go barter for some rooms. Or a
Aya.
room, a couple rooms.
I'm the most charismatic. That's concerning.
Who's got the highest charisma stat?
No, I just meant whoever's, like a good talker. I vote Zenori.
Yeah, Zenori, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, no, somebody shouted out my name, and I was like, my charisma's not that great. Like,
I don't know. I thought you were a charismatic person.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Zenori's got hit on by the.
Ah, maybe we can get a discount.
I got hit on by John Dee's daughter.
Yeah,
I'm not even human. Or,
Yeah.
I'm a rock.
I'm a rock. I'm a rock.
My charisma
Gotta
could
learn to
not.
do that.
Well, it could be worse, but it's bad.
Listen, I just got a cute factor going on. That's all I got going.
All right, I turn around and Zenori. Do you think you
Aya's
could
over there just
get
like,
us
I'm
some
as tall
rooms?
as a flower.
Do we need
Stay for
multiple?
free.
Do we need multiple rooms? Do we just need one?
I mean, one of us is a rock and one of us is a fairy, so I feel like
Yeah.
we don't need that much.
We could share a big room, yeah.
we'll order a hide a bed for Moshi.
Zenori, roll a perception.
A perception.
Since you are evidently the lead for this endeavor.
Face of the party.
It's 15. Oh, wait. Let me just check that again. Perception. Where did it go? Oh, 17. Sorry. Not 15.
Alright. So, the tavern is variably pretty busy. You noticed walking in, there is an assortment of eateries, and, like bakeries and, just other dining establishments, so it's not filled to the brim with people having meals. But you do see, quite a few groups and, individuals sitting down to eat. There is a worker who is presumably one of the main tavern people. Behind a counter, you also see another one sweeping, sweeping and wiping off tables and clearing off tables. A couple of the groups are eyeballing you, and you recognize that eyeball as they're shady. But
Knife.
the one who is clearing off tables and just kind of generally cleaning looks like she could be Hanaya's twin if Hanaya had short fins on her head that were tied up in little pigtails.
That's weird. Anyway.
Oh no. Anyway.
In disguise. I'll walk up to the one sweeping first. And I'll say, "Excuse me."
She'll look up at you and she'll be like, "What can I do for you, handsome?"
I was wondering, are you related to Hinaya by any chance?
And she's like, "Oh, is it that obvious? I keep telling her we need to go get modified so we look less like twins."
Somebody just bashes one of their faces in with like a hammer.
And she's like, "I presume you've already talked to my sister."
I have. She pointed us in this general direction for some rooms.
Yeah, we traveled with her.
Yeah, we traveled with her. Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, she made it back to town. Oh,
Yes.
well, shoot." She's like, "Well, we can definitely set you up with some rooms." She's like, she kind of looks over your shoulder. "Is this everyone and everything in your party?"
Oh yes. This is them.
I shrink down a little
like-
bit.
That earthy looking one, he's a little bit heavy, isn't he?
Don't objectify the rock.
Vanya's like,
Oh my
he's
God.
sentient. He's sentient.
And sensitive.
He's very hurt. Just look at my feet.
She's like, well, she sees this. She's like, I'm so
big
sorry. I was just wondering if you guys maybe wanted a ground floor so you wouldn't have to worry about falling through the floor.
It's probably a good idea.
She's like, okay,
I
we
say
have-
with a tinge of pain in my voice.
Yes, please. Please.
She's like, okay, she's like, you guys came at a good time. You know, we haven't filled up for the night, so we got 2 open rooms on the ground floor, and it should be enough to fit everyone.
Excellent. How much for the night, dude? Or yes, how much for the night?
3, because we know her sister. Hey,
Listen, I'm out here
Hey,
just
hey.
trying to eat my jelly bean.
I will actually chime in. Hey, just so you know, I think your sister might have a little crush on my friend here.
She's like, she just leans back over to you, and she's like,
Wait
"I
a
don't
minute.
blame her."
Yes!
Sunori, get us a discount.
Discount!
Discount.
You lot are devious. My goodness.
I promise I won't say anything to your wife.
What can you expect?
Oh, no.
I spend most of my time with Moshi.
So she says,
God.
well, since my sister referred you, if she doesn't have anything bad to say about you guys, I can give you both the rooms for 8 silver. If that is 8 silver a night. If that is too steep, you can find cheaper rooms down at the Rusty Nail.
No.
Sounds
We're
like
loaded.
tetanus. I think we'll stay here.
We're surely
She's
not
like-
passing up an offer from such a pretty lady, huh? Not just at Sonori.
I'll just look back at him and be like, it's 8 fucking silver. Come on.
I nudge Zenore a little bit too hard. He kinda-
I'll,
You know, I'm really glad that this is happening in like some sort of medieval-esque times, because if Moshi had a smartphone, he'd be like TikToking all of this. He'd just be filming like everything.
So, while there is no TikTok or internet or anything like that, when someone dies and their memory token is infused, sometimes you see some embarrassing tidbits put in there by loved ones.
No doubt.
Allow me to inscribe this on the on the papyrus.
Stupid. I'll just hand her a gold and say thank you very much.
And she's like, alright, it'll be... she directs you down the hall, past the stairs, and past lavatories of sorts. And you guys go down the hallway, and she's like, it'll be the last 2 doors on the end for you guys. And if you need anything else, just let me know, especially if you need company. She just kind of winks over at Yuzunori and walks away.
It's a good thing we have 2 rooms, guys.
Oh no!
Shall we give Zenore his
Oh
own
my
room?
Yeah, let's do
I'm
that.
married. Oh, before she walks away too far, I'll be like, "Oh, excuse me. Before you go, do you know where the library is situated?"
She
I'm talking, people.
looks over her
smut.
shoulder.
He's looking for smut.
Oh no.
Do you actually
Oh, we have to mess
say
with the
that in
cleric.
game?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
No, that's so not in
She's
character.
like-
Okay, no. I don't think.
Lordy.
Dang, I had such a response too.
I don't think Soren has advanced to that point yet. Although we'll probably get there soon.
Moshi's gonna say that he's looking for romance novels, though, and that'd be in character.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wink,
She
wink.
kind of her response.
Moshi's like, crap, maybe I should distance myself from Soren for a little bit.
If that was said in game, she would have turned around and been like, "Oh, you don't have to go very far for that now."
I beg your pardon.
But
Okay.
Oh,
she turns around. Any of this.
I'm dying.
Oh, no.
We just have to give the righteous one all the crap.
It's tradition. You have to fuck with the cleric. You have to.
So she turns around and she's like, "So you're telling me you're a gentleman and you're smart?"
Yes, he is.
You weren't getting out of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so he's gonna relent and be like, yes, and also married.
Ah, no. I actually like give him a stiff fist in the back. Just, real quick.
So she says, "What are you guys looking for at the library?"
History books. I'll
Yeah.
quickly chime in before Zenori's lack of tact because of the uncomfortable situation he's in gets us in trouble.
And the Rock is the most level-headed of them all.
Someone would be falling apart if he was the one getting flirted with.
And she's like, "Well, I mean," she's like, "I can direct you down to the library, but if you want, I may have some answers to your questions as well."
You know
considering
what?
I teach at the
We
local
would
school.
love a tour. I mean, you can show Zenori around.
If you could,
We'll just be there, you know? I mean,
if you could
Think of
give us a
as
little
attachment.
background information on the way there, that would be nice.
She's like, "Would that make you too uncomfortable, handsome?"
No, it wouldn't. I'll put my arm around him.
He'll be perfectly comfortable.
And
We'll
she's
make sure
like,
he is.
"Oh." She's like,
I
"I'm
will
gonna give
make sure-
Hanaya
I'll
so
make
much
sure to
crap
be-
when she gets back."
I'll make sure to be in between her and Zenori on the walk over.
Since
between
we've
a rock
been
and a
waiting
hard
here,
place.
I'm gonna give them matching flower crowns. Amaya and
Oh,
Zenori.
no.
That way they match. They'll look very lovely.
We could kill Ryan.
But I am both the rock and the hard place.
But are you really though? Are you?
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
I can
Writing
feel my
down.
face burning.
My face hurts. Oh.
I'm just gonna be like permanently like smiling tomorrow. Like my face is just gonna be like.
I'm gonna massage a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
Oh, it's too much fun to mess with the cleric.
Holy crap.
Richelle's like, I'm gone. Goodbye.
Need some water.
Need water.
Oh,
I
no,
need to get something. Like I said, I'm already sore as it is. I've been working out every night for like the past week. Proud of myself.
Yay! Getting stronger.
Great job.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do at the tavern before you are escorted by a
Yeah, what
very
kind of food do
excited-
they have here?
That's a pretty loaded question, honestly.
Do you have any aphrodisiacs?
Mom.
Oysters! It's all over
Oysters!
town!
Chocolate too.
There's definitely oysters. I mean, come on.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
And she's
Oh.
so she's like, "Oh, she's like, well, the fishermen aren't back yet with their haul, so right now we just got a fish stew. Couple of rolls from the bakery next door.
Probably doesn't smell all that good.
No, the moment you guys hit the harbor, you knew you hit the harbor.
I had no idea. I can't smell.
You didn't have no idea.
Okay, good.
But Moshi and the rest sure did notice.
The salty sea air.
Well, this is fresh water,
The salt.
technically.
The
Technically.
humidity hits our face, I suppose. Actually, yeah, if it was a fresh river, then it would be very clear. Very clear air.
I love how now we're just obsessed with finding food for like recipes now. At least Amberly and I were like,
know, we're sitting here
"Ooh,
like-
for the book."
New recipe, the lover's oysters.
Hold on, let me make a channel in the Discord for you guys.
Yay!
I want a fashion channel while we're at it.
Oh my god.
You know what would be awesome if we illustrated the cookbook items?
I will illustrate, don't worry.
Nice.
I've got this.
I'm just gonna put artwork in general, so that covers like Joseph, any of the sketches that you've done that directly tie into Stars of the Sovereignty, you can throw in that channel as just SOTS artwork, so then that covers a lot of the fashion aspects that you are so
Perfect.
obsessed
Sure.
with.
I have to dig for them. I don't think I saved them.
Yo,
But then
see
that'll
my
also cover
work.
creatures that you do, Tish.
Breathe. Breathe.
I am taking a moment.
I still have to write down between a rock and a hard place.
Damn it. Clock resets.
I have to pull that out like a catchphrase in a Duke Nukem game. Looks like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Or I just stab somebody through the eye.
Oh my god. This is where I die laughing as Soren commits murder. But,
What?
and Mia, she's like, yeah, just give me a second, let me grab my effects, because I might as well head home for the day. And the library is on my way to my house. So, she's like, for your information, if needed. She walks into the back to grab her things for a bit.
Woo!
Zenori's looking at everybody like, no.
We have to use this to our advantage. I'm not attracting anybody. It's up to you.
This goes against everything I believe in.
Oh, man. I'm tired. I mean, I'm already tired just because I'm tired.
But from laughing.
But man, all this like
banter.
excitement and laughing, and I'm just like, oh.
Listen, I'm just happy I haven't laughed hard enough that I've started snorting, because that would have been a whole nother issue.
I'll get you
I love it when
eventually.
you do that, though. It's like
I will get
everything
you
is right in the
eventually.
world in that moment.
I know, but it makes everyone laugh again, and then I keep laughing, and then I keep snorting because I'm laughing so hard. because other people are
Self-perpetuating.
laughing.
All right, we are at a solid bookmarking part then. Or if you guys want to wait until you reach the library to bookmark the session, the choice is yours.
I think we're good now.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
was
good
gonna
place.
say this
Yeah.
feels like a good place to stop.
Zenori and I need to get our notes together so we know what we're gonna ask Amaya about. We're too scatterbrained at the moment.
This way, everyone too can figure out what they want me to help them find at the library. Because I'm just gonna
Yeah.
fly up to the shelf and push the book
That's
over
gonna be
and
part
have
of it.
Sword catch it.
Yeah, that's
So-
part. That's part of
Fair catch.
needing to look over our notes because we have a bunch about the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know
exactly,
Moshi was looking for something, and Vanya, you had something
was?
you wanted to look for. You wanted like a magic for dummies, magic for
That's for
magic,
Moshi.
magic
That's
for
Moshi.
non-magical. Yeah, that's what I said.
I think I'm gonna be the one. I
No,
think
no.
I personally am gonna be the one teaching Mochi.
Yeah, I didn't know if there's anything you want from the library.
Might look
Vanya.
for some.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't think I'm
Magic
actually
books.
looking for anything. I'm not a books kind of person.
We could find something about your lost family, maybe.
Yeah.
If there's like,
Maybe
Libraries
a
tend to keep
genealogy
records.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mm,
But that's kind of
yeah.
like where my whole background kicks in. So like
Oh yeah.
whatever
yeah.
y'all want to find. Well, we'll start
That's-
with one topic and take over a couple tables, and I'll shove books off shelves, topic at a time.
We're gonna be in there forever.
I'm fine with that. Let me die at a library, okay?
Oh man.
All right. I guess we will bookmark the session then. Let you guys get your notes together. Let Tsunori get his wits about him.
Let him
Face.
get the red off his face.
yeah.
No, are you okay?
Oh no, Richelle's
I
dying.
have laughed way too hard.
The
Laughing
DM is
hurts, coughing
dying.
hurts,
Oh, God.
crying hurts, everything hurts. Oh, it's so worth it. But slightly dying. Oh, so we will reconvene next week. We will not have sessions the 22nd and the 29th. So next week will be our last session before the holidays. With that being said, I may be able to, don't quote me on this, even though I'm saying it. Probably in February, I will know more about starting a second team in the light realm. To be determined, but we shall see. With that being said, we are going to be in the after party. Be in the talk nerdy to me in the chat room, and we'll see you guys there. All right, stay safe, stay nerdy. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.